Yeah, so Tyler Hill, we have with us here. Utica Yeti lacrosse player, coach, owner of 4 by Hill, and I'm sure I'm missing a lot of other things.
That's good enough for now.
So how have you been?
Been great, man. Just catching up on some work and trying to keep up with these orders for the sticks. I got some sticks I got to string, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm starting to see some of those golden sticks around. I seen a couple at Laxnai. Some of the kids were playing with them. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's good to see them out there. They really look good when I was watching them from the stands, and I seen them out there on the field, and I was like, man, that looks awesome.
Yeah,
Because I'm always playing with it, so I don't really know how it looks.
yeah, and the
You know,
videos don't
from the
quite
stands.
do it. Yeah, the videos don't quite do it justice when you're seeing it. It's not like when you're sitting there in person.
Yeah,
You
it's pretty.
you weren't at Laxnai.
I was there for one day. I was there for like 4 hours. I just set up the vendor spot. I didn't play because my son actually broke out in hives for the first time, so I wasn't able to come up. But
Oh,
he's all better now though.
well, at least we got that. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So you're 4 by Hill. You make the you've got your own patent on a stick, is that right?
Working on um making my own head, my own design, engineering you know, all of the measurements and everything like that. I don't have the patent for it yet, but that's the next project that I'm working on.
That's
Um,
awesome. Do you have any idea when you're expecting that to maybe show up?
mm, I hope by next year. I hope by next year. Yeah, should be by next year if I get everything else squared away. Because the company is, you know, we do shafts, heads, mesh, and then the book, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff that's I'm just doing it all myself, so it's kind of hard to, you know, keep up with everything.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
definitely a bit overwhelming sometimes I could imagine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, plus I'm playing too, so I mean that like this season I was just wanted to focus on playing, and you know, we did a good job this year. We won the championship for our regionals, and I'm happy with how our season turned out.
Yeah, it you definitely had a lot of highlights. It was unfortunate, like I said, that you weren't able to make Laxnai, and then Alex was a little banged up there.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, you guys are definitely towards the end of the year kind of feeling it. We're all getting a little bit older, so it makes it tougher to bounce back.
yeah,
But
yeah. That was a rough game. That last game, that championship game. It was we had some injuries, I think, and but it was good that we came out on top, and just I'm so happy with our team.
yeah, that's pretty impressive. I mean, really, um, you had a handful of you guys that have played box before, and you really took a lot of younger guys who hadn't and were able to really coach them through. And you could see the growth from the beginning of the year to the end of the year when you started to have Chris Ryan starting to get on the board a little more and Blaine Stotler getting on the board a little bit more. And it wasn't necessarily you and Alex and Neil having to score 15 goals for the team to win.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody started. That's what I really liked is everybody started. You know, showing up and putting some goals in. Chris Ryan's awesome shooter, and then we had Pete Leota. He's a transitional player, fast guy. He'd bring the ball up, and he'd, you know, that's those are the momentum swings that we need during the game when those transitional players are able to come up on a fast break, and you know they take their shot, and when it goes in, it's like yes, like it's one of the better goals, better feeling goals on that
Yeah,
breakaway.
I like to call him the spark plug. That's what I think of Peter Leota because, like you
Yeah,
said, all of a sudden he just gets it and he's got the energy and the tenacity. And it's like, I don't care who's in my way. I'm flying down the floor and I'm plowing everybody over and let's go.
yeah, yeah.
Now, who else are you playing for besides the Yeti?
Well, I was playing in the men's league on Sunday nights. So I would go there. That was field lacrosse. It's just that was just like a pickup league. And then next weekend there's a tryout for the PBLA, so I'm gonna go do that and see if I can get on one of those teams there. I think it's Binghamton. Binghamton's got a team. Syracuse has a team, and Elmira has a team. So they're
Yeah.
going to be there.
Now, did you make it to the first combine they had?
No, no, I didn't make it to that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, so they got the Binghamton Bombers, Charlotte Bootleggers, Elmira Renegades, Hampton Hammerheads, New England Chowderheads, the Spark, and the Trenton Terror. Having those New York teams is nice because that's a lot less travel for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice to see those New York teams on there. It's man, that's going to be good lacrosse. It's going to
it's
be.
yeah, it's pretty impressive because it's unfortunate the NLL really only has room for 200 players, and it's tough for a lot of guys with some teams out west and stuff. And there's only a handful of teams here, so you really figure there's only like, I don't know, 80 spots in the area for guys. So now having these teams, you're going to be looking at over 100, and I would definitely believe that you are in the top. You know, going to make the PBLA, and I would imagine you're going to get drafted by one of those teams.
Yeah, hope so. I mean, you never know. They could be good competition there, and I tried out for the Nighthawks back in 2009, and I had a really good tryout. Was scoring goals. I was doing everything right and playing defense. Everybody there was like, "Man, Ty, you're gonna be pro. You're gonna make the team." And I was just like, "I hope so." And come to find out, they only took like maybe I think like two or three guys, and they cut everybody else, and I wasn't one of the guys, so I never made it. And, yeah, you just got to keep at it, and I wish I kept at it. After that, kept coming back and trying out until I made it. But I had some other things happen. I did the movie, and then I tried to go that route and be an actor. So now it's good to come back and play lacrosse. Last season was my first full season since 2010. So I've been um, still playing, while not in the actual season, but um,
I
yeah,
get
it's
what you're.
great to be
Yeah,
back though. It's great to be back full season, full tilt.
yeah, I get what you're saying by. I mean, you play pickup and stuff, but to play for the Yeti, where you guys had a full season, you were really getting after it, a set goal. To be
Yeah,
able to win the Northeast against the Eels, pretty impressive with that game. I mean, came right down to the final seconds, and it was close game. How many goals did you have in that game?
the championship game.
Yeah,
I think it was three. I think
yeah,
I got three. Yeah.
yeah. That's that was an amazing game to watch. I mean, especially you guys were down what 4 goals at the beginning, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
not things were not going your way. The bounces just kind of weren't rolling, and then the spark plug there, Leota takes off and gets his goal, and then everybody seemed to fire up, and it was like, all right, let's go, boys.
Yeah. It was the tables turned and then we just went with it. It was awesome. It's an amazing game.
Yeah. Now, uh, what is the PBLA tryout you're talking about that you're going to?
It is they said it was the final combine tryout before the draft. Um, so it's at the Satunies Onondaga Pavilion Arena. It's where it's going to be. It's Saturday and Sunday. And then yeah, they got a session on Saturday and they got a session on Sunday, and you pick which one you're going to go to. So I'm going to the Sunday one.
Now, is that the arena where the championship was played, or is that the other one that everybody calls the field house?
That's the other one. Yeah, the field house. That's where the Lax Night used to be.
How far is that from the Nations Arena that I went to?
It's not far at all. It's just down the road.
Nice, and you're pretty close there, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be nice playing in your backyard, be able to wake up in your own bed and go.
Oh man, yeah. It's not that. That's great. Yeah. I'm glad that they chose that spot to do it in.
Yeah, it definitely seems fitting to have it there.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking on your website here, a lot of hoodies, stickers, and it looks like you sell. Oh, so you've got the shimmer black and then the brine king. So now, do you do?
Yeah. Here's one right here. I just got the gold ones. That's all I got.
Now, where do you get those from?
So these actually my buddy has a car mechanic place. He does like paint jobs and stuff like that, and so I was messing around with his paint, see what he could do, and um, took a couple tries, but it came out the way that I wanted it, and yeah,
So you paint them all?
yeah, yep.
So what are the heads? Like, what's the base of it?
Um, these are just well, this one's a Maverick Tactic 2. Yeah, this is a Tactic 2 right here. So any head can go in.
Gotcha. So that's kind of how you doing your orders and stuff is people order whatever head and then you just string them and paint them?
Well,
Or
usually I get the heads myself, and then I just do them all up, and then because I just do them all at once,
gotcha.
and then whatever I try to sell those ones first, and then because I don't know, just don't want everything to
No, I
be.
see. Yeah. I see what you're saying too on your website. So you've got them like whatever heads you have available at the time. Looks like you bulk order some heads, then you sit there, string them, customize them. Those gold ones are pretty sharp. And I know Tyler Hill was trying to, or not Tyler Hill. I'm sorry, Alex was trying to get you to sponsor him there, give him a free couple heads. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been friends a long time. That's my best friend, so he's always been everything that I do. He just wants it, you know.
yeah. So how
But
long?
yeah, I gave him some. I already gave him heads already, so he's yeah. I'll probably give him some hoodies too, and you know, you always got to hook your friends up.
Yeah. So how long have you and Alex been playing lacrosse together?
Um, sixth grade. So that's what, like 13 or 14.
Yeah. So you've been
I
playing
think we played
lacrosse.
band together.
Yeah. And you guys were in Crooked Arrows together.
Yep.
Now, how did you guys end up in that movie? Because you weren't an actor beforehand?
No, no. Actually, Alex was the one who. Well, actually, it was Neil, because me and Alex were playing for the Onondaga Redhawks at that time, and Neil came to the locker room and he announced it to the team that there's going to be a lacrosse movie. That Hollywood people are coming and they want people to be in their movie. And everybody on the team was kind of like, nah, we don't want to do that. But I was like, I'm going to that. Like I'm going there, you know, because I want to do that. And so back at that time, I didn't have a smartphone at that time, but Alex did. So right away, Alex was looking the stuff up on his smartphone, and he looked up like the characters that they were looking for, and there was like four main characters. It was Chewy, Mog, Jimmy Silverfoot, and the coach Joe Logan. And then it just gave like a description of each character. So we're reading down like Chewy was the funny guy, Mog was like the big tough guy on the team, and then Jimmy Silverfoot was like the captain, the star player, really good at lacrosse. And so like that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be Jimmy Silverfoot. So I already had an idea of like what they were looking for, and it said Jimmy Silverfoot was like he was kind of like the LeBron James arrogant type type of player with an attitude. So I had that in mind. I'm not like that in real life. So, but when I went to the tryout there, I put that act on. So I was like, hey, where's the main character tryouts? I want to try out for the main character. And we got there late because we were looking up the stuff on his phone on the way there. So he was just reading off each character, and we got there like 20 minutes late. And so we showed up with our stuff just like a arrogant person would. And where's the main tryouts, you know? So right away they're writing my name down, and I think that actually helped being late, because kind of made a fashionably late appearance to it and made my name stick out. There was like 200 people there, so I just kept making it every time. There was like cuts here, cuts there, cuts, and then I just kept making every cut. and yeah, got lucky and made it.
Yeah, I don't know, it seems to be more than luck. I mean, I can remember watching that movie, and I didn't actually realize it was you even though I had met you off the field until I
Mhm.
saw you out there playing. And once I saw you out there playing, I was like, "Wow, that's funny. He looks like the kid from, Crooked Arrows." And my wife was like, "You're such an idiot." And then I was talking to Paul, and Paul was like, "No, those are the" yeah, he's like, "Neil was the coach," and I was like, "Are you" yeah, it was just so funny because I didn't even realize it until I saw you guys out there playing. You've got a very, uh, I don't know, it's like a floating, smooth style where you kinda, like, glide out there is how I can, I don't know, best say it, is like the smoothest to it. It's very unique to you. I think you stand out as a player because of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean because when I watch film, I know what you're talking about, but it doesn't feel like that when I'm when I'm running.
From Brandon Davis.
I bet, because it's fun to watch you and Alex, and, like, you threw a, behind the back pass all
Go
the way
catch the
over
ball.
to I think it was Suits who scored, and that pass, we had the highlight reel, and thankfully you had, I think it was your
Nice.
neighbor was filming from the other
To
side, so
hell
we were
for
able
a
to get both
goal.
angles.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah,
crazy 'cause unless you're really there to see it, a behind the back pass, like 30 feet on, tape to tape or, well, stick to stick is we're playing lacrosse. I mean, that's a laser. That's pretty impressive that you guys could throw. How long have you got? Do you guys practice the behind the back as like part of your drills as a kid, or is that
yeah,
just playground stuff?
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's in the backyard. You're practicing every single thing that you can think of. Like that's where all your creativity comes from. And you can't use that stuff. Like all the kids, they wanna do backhands, they wanna do, the fancy stuff. Well, the stuff that they call fancy, but it's actually not fancy if you practice it. It's just it's there when you need it. So if you got to practice and practice and practice it until it becomes just part of your own arsenal of shots. And so that's all I did was just practiced all that and knew, like, you don't just throw a backhand just to throw it. You throw it when you need it, like when the angle's off, like when you need more angle on your shot or your pass, or you're trying to get around the defender. There's always a time to use the different types of shots and passes. Yeah, just practice them.
Yeah, I was trying to explain that to the kids that I coach. I was like, the face of your stick is actually what you are paying attention to because that's where your angle is. Even if you're standing here and it looks like you don't have an angle, all you have to do is stick your arms out here and now look at the angle you've got towards the goal. And
Yeah,
like you said, it's just having the stick in your hand so much that it's a natural, it's like part of your body. It's an extension of it where you're just kind of like throwing and you don't think about it.
yeah, yep. It's just natural. I feel more natural with a stick in my hands and with it when I don't. Like when I don't have it, it's like, what do I do?
That's why I stand here and fidget all the time. I used to always hold a stick and cradle, but it looks a little silly standing on the camera, cradling in front of you all the time. But so who else? So you and Alex have were on Crooked Arrows and played all through Bantams and stuff. Explain to those people that don't know essentially how the youth circuit works for that because we don't really have those youth circuits that are hockey style where it's Bantams, Pee-wees, and all that.
hmm So I think it starts at tyke, tyke, peewee, novice, uh, peanuts, and then bantams, midgets, and then intermediates, and then juniors. Onondaga only has junior B team, and then there's junior A, which is up in Canada, and then there's senior B, and then there's senior A. Those are like all of the age brackets, and it starts from like 3, and it goes all the way up to men, however long you can play for. It's all box across, and um, yeah, it's really if you can get into a league that's like the Can Am or the PB, the this one that we were just in here, yeah, NABLL, any box lacrosse league, really. Just try to get in there and learn as much as you can because it's a lot different than field. And box, I think, can transfer over to field better than field can transfer over to box. That's what I see a lot. A lot of field players have a harder time to transition to box than box players having to transition into field.
Yeah,
For whatever reason.
I was talking to Steven Stamp about it. He was doing the commentary. He does the Man Cup and everything, but he said that, he said the kids up in Canada, and I'm assuming it's the same on the reservation where you guys are. You guys play box lacrosse from the time you're like 3 years old, like people do hockey. So then, as you're getting older and you're going outside more, field becomes more prevalent. But you guys start box at a young age, right?
Hmm. Yeah. So there's no box lacrosse in high school or college. So that's what you got to play when you're in scholastic, that scholastic ball. So yeah, but we start out playing box and field all the way. Um, and Yeah, it just really helps your game a lot to play both styles.
Yeah, you can see the difference with the guys that have played box for a long time, especially the one-handed thing. I know it was driving the one guy nuts when somebody switched hands. He's like, "What? Don't do that. This isn't." Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of switching hands in box lacrosse. There's not enough time really. You just focus on your one hand and you stay on that side and you play right-handed or you play left-handed. There's
yeah,
no the angles are a lot different when you come out to field. You almost there's some players who don't switch hands at all. And it's just like in the culture of field lacrosse, it's like, ew, that's gross. You can't even switch your hands, but
yeah. They're like, "Don't cross over."
he plays box, that he doesn't know how to use his other hand. So it can work if you're really good. Like I've seen, you've seen all these other players that have gotten away with it, but that's only the players that are really good. Otherwise you just gotta put it in your other hand and
Yeah, I do find it funny that box players don't. I don't get why none of them switch. But you guys are so good behind the back that you have that angle. Like if and you throw cross body. Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
it's weird the subtleties difference from the field game because guys coming from the field game are they always try to put their stick away from you and separate it. But box is so tight, you've got another defender out there. You kind of lose that advantage because everybody's so close.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, everything's got to be tight. Yeah. You got to be aware of everything because the slides can come anywhere, even from not supposed to be from behind, but like you really got to watch your back out there. You always got to be moving and you always got to be protecting your stick and you got to know where everybody is. But when you get out into the field, it's a little less. You have more time and there's more space. So yeah, you have the luxury of, kind of jogging and taking the time that you need to pass the ball. And it's a little slower, but there's still a skill set for field lacrosse too that you need.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the 80-second shot clock versus 60, you have two, almost three full shot clocks inside the one shot clock that is field lacrosse.
Hmm.
But yeah, so you tried out for the Nighthawks at one time, and that was the only time you tried to really go pro with it.
Yeah, yeah, that was the only time. Should have kept trying, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we all have, I don't know, these weird paths through life, and we end up here. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been awesome getting to watch you guys. I have so many clips of like you and Alex just freaking yeah. It's so smooth because it's so funny. You guys don't even look at each other when you're out there.
Yeah, I
You just
know.
like know where he is and he knows where you are, and it's yeah, it's like magic.
Yeah, that's a good word for it. I That's what that's the level that you want to get to. You just want to be able to like feel where other people are just from being out there on the floor with them. And when that happens, it's great chemistry. That's what you strive for as a team. It's team chemistry and just knowing where everybody is, knowing that they have the confidence that they're going to catch it, and knowing what they like to do and where they're going to be, so you can pass it to them. Yeah, that's the next level right there. That's where I like to play. I like to play with players that that are on that. It's almost like a telepathy type of
Yeah.
level. It's awesome.
When I talked to, that Anthony Irizarry, he actually said that because he believes that's why you guys won the game against the Eels is you guys were a closer, like, team, and
Mm,
you kinda had that going for you, that little extra of we know where each other is when Leota goes and gets the spark, like, the whole team is just energized, and I think that does have a lot to do with how good your team is. You guys hang out after the games, you hang out before the games, there's huge group chats where everybody's talking all the time. It's more of a family really than a lacrosse team.
yeah. Oh man, this team's awesome. That's why I love playing with these guys. These guys are all good. They're all good guys. We all hang out, just like you said. Yeah, we try to do stuff together as much as we can, and yeah, we're always in communication, and yeah, it's like it's more than just on the field. You know, after we have practices, then we'll all go out and have pizza at the sponsor there, uh, the ale house, and then we'll go over to the other sponsor there, Bag
Yeah,
Square, and yeah, we just all hang out. It's a good time, and we'll talk about lacrosse. We'll talk about whatever comes up. We'll just have fun. But like it's another time. It's just more time being with each other. Yeah, it creates that chemistry and it just transfers over to the field.
yeah, definitely. Now how was that getting to play, like, in the odd with, like, the 400 fans there that they had some of those nights? That's gotta be pretty cool to be down on the floor and then getting it all streamed, and Paul is into it. I mean, he really goes all out for you guys. You guys have team bags, everything looks
Yeah.
official.
Yeah, it's great. This organization, I mean, I love playing for this team. They got it all, It's and especially playing in the odd. I never I don't think I've even been to the odd until I played in the odd last year for the Utica Yeti. And when I first stepped in there, I was like, "Oh my God, this arena is awesome!" It's just like the jumbotron there, and you got those those like I don't know even know what they are, but they're like metal things that come out from the thing, and it's just like all
Yeah, the
around in a
ref.
circle. Those are cool. Like when you just get to play in a place like that, it adds to the morale, and it makes you want to play better. And when you got the organization behind you, you got the bags, you got all your swag, you got team shirts, everything's organized. It just makes you guys it just makes everybody better. It's really what makes a team, everybody's effort.
Yeah, it's really cool, and that's I like how Paul, like, on all the bags, you have the American flag, but you also have the, Haudenosaunee flag, and he makes sure that both anthems are played, and actually, at one part in Laxni, we only had, like, in the U15 game, it was just, kids from the nation, and so it was really cool. They just got to play their anthem, but it's also cool to see the kids because they were into it and, like, uh, I don't know what to call it when you guys start hooting in the national anthem. You guys
Hmm.
start making the noises.
Hmm.
That always like brings goosebumps to me because it's like, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. 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 Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great. It's great that Paul, included the Haudenosaunee flag and the anthem along with the American national anthem too. It's that's how it should be. It's Paul did it the right way. He played both of them together, and um, did he play the Canadian national anthem too there or no?
I don't
The,
think we had any Canadian teams.
oh, okay.
We did, I think, for oh no, we didn't. Because I was gonna say I thought they did for Battle on the Barge, but no, because that was just the Virginia teams. So yeah, no, he at Lax and I, they played a lot of national anthems because
Did they?
we had a team from Poland, a team from Hungary. You had
And we heard their national anthem there.
we heard inside, we heard Gold Stars, which is
The
Israel's.
Israel.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we
Oh,
heard
that's cool. That's awesome.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
really cool. They had all the
that's awesome.
flags. It was a little funny just because they had the flags hung up in front of us, so everybody
Hmm.
was looking like up at us, and we couldn't really see them. So we had to do that awkward where we're standing there looking down at it, like, yeah,
Well, at least they played it. That would have been awesome to hear those anthems, because I don't even really think I heard them. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's great when that happens. You know, all the cultures. You get some cultural stuff to be shared, and lacrosse is the thing that's bringing everybody together. And man, it's just like the best.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's crazy to think I'm even sitting here talking to you over this. Like, I haven't played lacrosse in years. My nephew started playing, which is what got me back into it. I ran into Paul at a Firewolves game, and then it kind of snowballed into this now.
That's cool. That's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do great work too, and man, I'm so glad that we had stuff like that, the live streams and the edits and the Instagram, and it's like, man, it's like things are really moving here, and it's great to have you, and it's great to have you doing all this stuff for the highlights and stuff.
Yeah, I'm really just happy to be part of it all. I can't do any physical work anymore. My back is all injured. And yeah, found the medicine game again. And now it's just like, yeah, it gives me something to do because I can't even sit down. So I stand here at a desk all the time. And now I actually have something to do when I'm like, yeah, it's just really worked out well because I love, like, I'll sit here and clip your guys' highlights. I barely had time to go through the lax now. I still have like 40 something games that I haven't even looked
Yeah,
at the highlights yet.
yeah. That's a
Yeah.
lot of work right there. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's been unreal. Yeah, I mean, and that was crazy that we were able to make that work where Lax and I didn't have somebody to stream it. They called us Monday night and we were able to go.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that we got.
Even more, even more practice, even more work. Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
you guys were the guys. So it was you streaming the
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And Steven Stamp was there. He was like, you had to work with him to with the voiceover and all that with his commentary.
Oh yeah, he sat up there. I learned a lot about Canadian box lacrosse from him.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. I
Yeah.
usually go up there and commentate with him. He asked me this year, but I couldn't make it up. I missed out a lot this year. So
Yeah.
next year though, be good.
Yeah. Especially if we're there. I wish I had known that you were even around. I would have loved to have ran into you because, yeah, it was just me and him up there for a lot of the games. I got to do color for the championship game, which was awesome because I love watching those guys. They had a couple guys that the transition guys, like you said, that's like the energy you get from those transition plays. And like
hmm
that's one thing the Bats had is they had the wicked transition game. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they did. They had a lot of good players. That was a good game. I loved watching. I was there for that game. I watched that game. That was good. That
Oh
was a
man,
really good game.
yeah, I wish you'd come up. That would have been cool. But that was an awesome game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
starting to do these this winter. So I'm gonna be making some woodies. That's what I got going on this winter. I'm gonna be doing it with Alfie in his shop. I always wanted to do it, and now I finally have some time to do it. So um, yeah, we'll see how I do, what I can learn from him, and
Yeah.
gotta
If
go pick
you
out a hickory tree out in the woods. He said, so I gotta go in the woods and find a tree. It's my first mission.
there you go. Hey, film it and we'll I'll come out there one day. We'll set up the cameras for you and we'll run them and then we can put it out either on your like make yourself a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you do your sticks and shit on it. But if you ever need help with it, just let me know. I'll come out if I got time.
All right. Yeah, that
So
would be good.
yeah, so you're gonna be doing woodies. That's awesome. You think so you're gonna be selling them or you just building them for yourself?
Just gonna see how I do first. It's gonna be a process for me. I don't know if I'll be good enough to sell them, but I'm gonna try to get good at it just so I want to play with my own. I want to make one and play with one
Yeah.
that I made myself. You know, balance it myself, carve it up myself, and everything. So that would be like my own. Yeah, that would be awesome. That's like the ultimate. If I could do that, that would be cool.
Yeah. I've actually got a shave horse, one of those the things that you sit on, you pinch with your
hmm
legs so you can yeah. Buddy of mine built it for me. He's into all that stuff. So he
Wow,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be using.
That's awesome. So, yeah, and if you ever need help with any of that stuff, like, hey, I need to figure out how to make something. I got a buddy that does all kinds. He's got huge saws and everything, so he can cut like random stuff that you need.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm
Sweet.
gonna. So
Sweet, man. Good to hear that.
yeah, because I'd like to go out there and sit with like you and Alex and like Leo, just get the whole team together and kind of throw a party and hang out, ask
Yeah.
everybody questions, and
Yeah, that would be awesome. Heck
yeah.
yeah, man. I'm down for that. Heck
All
yeah.
right.
Oh
So, all
yeah.
right. Thanks a lot for your time, and we'll be in touch.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
I'll try. We'll see you.
All right. We'll see you later.